Classic video for Season of Discovery. Now, Sarthe just uploaded a video talking about what to do when Phase 2 comes out. It is titled Phase 2 just launched, and now what? I thought today we could take a look at this video while we are all waiting for Phase 2 to come out, and I'm going to be doing this live on Twitch as well, so if you want to come by, say hello, and watch me react to some other videos as well as to my last Phase 2 prep, I'm going to be live on Twitch. Now, once again, this video is talking about Phase 2, what to do when it comes out, and I'm guessing what to do during Phase 2 as well. Basically, we're just going to look at the video, talk about the things, and react to whatever he's saying in the video. So here we go, boys. Also, the links to that video will be down below, by the way, so if you want to watch that without me stopping the video, once again, you can do so. But if you want to stay here and watch me react to it, and just add my own stuff to that video, then once again, I'll be doing that. Either way, here we go. So, Phase 2 just launched, now what?
Season of Discovery Phase 2 is coming imminently, and a lot of people have questions on what is gonna be the optimal route for them to level moving into the next phase. Basically, now that we know that there's gonna be some changes for experience, the BFD raid will give you a ton of XP. Waylaid supplies should be buffed and give more XP, as well as they are no longer going to be unique. As you probably
That is arguably one of the best changes, by the way, and I've been asking for this since, like, what, the first week of Phase 1? The whole waylaid supply system has been so annoying, where you have to go out, farm one crate, then go back and fill it up, or alternatively have all the materials on you to then fill up. This is such a good change. It is way overdue, but it's such a good change, and it's going to help us farm those crates in Phase 2 a lot, and it's just going to be great. Now, let me ask you guys, how are you planning to level up? Because my plan is to do BFD when Phase 2 comes out. It is data mine / we believe it to give about 23,000 experience, which based on my quick math should be about 65% of going from level 25 to 26, which is why, like, I'm planning on doing a guild run through BFD, and I'm basically planning to do that on alts as well, but not for the first reset. So for the first 3 days, just focusing my main, getting the main to level 40, and then on Saturday we'll be doing some BFD alt raids as well to level up some alts very quickly, because if one BFD gives 65% of a level, that is a very good way to level your alts very quickly. Like, one BFD raid takes, what, 25 minutes? So 25 minutes for 65% of a level, I will take that deal any day of the any day of the week, man. It's going to be great. So my plan, do BFD, then go and farm stockades, then hand in all the pre-quests that I have, then do some questing, and then do Scarlet Monastery. That's basically my whole 5-step plan. It sounds very simple, but it's taken a lot of time to just do those pre-quests as well. So it's simple now that Phase 2 is out here, but it's taken a lot of prep to get to the point where I want to be.
Have something like a quest stack or a dungeon cleave group. What's going to be the best route? What is the first things you should do, and in what order, to be able to push your way all the way to level 40 as fast as you can? Now, of course, this is always a very try-hard type thing. It's very much try-hard.
Yeah.
But even if you just want to get a little bit of a step up and then go into questing, today I will try to break down the optimal ways to do all of that. So, of course, if you like the video, like and subscribe. Now, first of all, if you are...
What did he just go for? That was great. I'm just gonna start this off by saying I personally don't want anyone to feel like you have to level fast, but I also don't feel like anyone should think that you have to level slow. If you enjoy leveling fast, go ahead and level fast. If you enjoy taking your time and play the game 2 hours a day, or just do anything else than level up efficiently, then do that as well. You're not missing out on anything. Well, it's a level up raid, so like if you miss 1 lockout, 2 lockout, who really cares? At the end of the day, other people will get the loot, and then you will get your loot faster, because now your competition for loot, they have a lot more loot from doing 1 or 2 more lockouts than you. It's just, this is something that I see a lot both on Reddit and my own comments on my YouTube videos and stuff, that people are saying that people are pushing the leveling mentality of leveling fast or whatever, like the rush mentality. But I'm just gonna say, even though I personally enjoy leveling fast, do you not feel like you have to do the same? People are different. I personally enjoy trying to get to level 40 as fast as I can. I will not be anywhere close to world first level 40, nor do I personally care. I just want to be the fastest version of Solheim that can get to level 40. But if you don't want to be level 40 fast, then do whatever gives you the most enjoyment. That's just like my TLDR there. Do whatever in the game gives you the most enjoyment to do. Now, I've talked a lot. It's only been 1 minute of the video, and I've been talking for 4 minutes. So yeah, let's watch some stuff now.
Are taking advantage of being as prepared as you possibly can in the next phase, then you're probably stacking as many quests as you possibly can. Ideally, you have kind of an optimal quest stack. All of these are actually completed, so I have everything done and ready to turn in, as well as multiple other quests that I can pick up and turn in each location. Now, with my quests right now, I get to almost level 28. That's because I did not do like a perfect quest stack. I did some quests while leveling, and that's totally fine.
Is it just me, or does Horde have a lot more items that starts quest than Alliance has? Because we have like, what, two of those bad boys. 3 if you include like the mark from Ashenvale. But we have nothing. He has 4, and I'm guessing he can have more, but at least 4. Plus a bunch of quest items, like that's a filthy bank. He has a lot of stuff, man.
But I'm not going to be turning in my quest stack as the first thing I do as phase 2 launches.
Okay.
Instead, I'm going to be focused on something else.
BFD?
Because the devs have announced, and it has been data mined, that the BFD raid will be granting us experience and a quote-unquote significant amount of experience as a level up raid moving into the next phase.
The only thing they have said is, like Sarthe said here, I should probably move my camera, shouldn't I? For when he's talking. I'll try to fix that. But yeah, the only thing that devs have said is that they are looking, or they're like talking about a significant amount, but we have gotten some kind of speculative data mining that it's going to be 23,000. And I think that's because a couple of them gave 3,000 each, and then one of them gave 5,000, which is speculated to be the last boss, giving like an extra chunk, and then all the bosses giving a decent chunk as well. So we'll see. But based on that, it should be about 23,000, right?
Now, we'll also have a 3-day lockout, the normal 3-day lockout. So right on launch, you should be able to go in here with a 10-man group, blast through it, and you will get what we are finding out from data miners, which might be completely different than what we're going to get, but it might be 23,000 experience. Now, for the first level alone, from 26 to 25, you need 34,000, and this will push you a significant way through a level in quite a short amount of time. Now, the real goal here, or the real good thing from it, is that it is a very, very quick dungeon or a quick raid that will give you a significant amount of experience. That is a ton of quest turn-ins. It's kind of like having an extra 10 quest turn-ins for some pretty decent quests. So that's a very nice chunk of change. Should you go into the BFD raid right on launch, knock that out, and then do your quest turn-ins? Well, this is a question that I think can be answered with, are you doing things in the most optimal manner, or do you want like a little bit?
Hold up, let me see if I can somehow make this so that we can see his face while also looking at mine. And I think this one should work, boys. So let me just go over here. It's still the same transition from playing hardcore, but yeah, if we go over here, if we go over to this one should do it, right? 3, 2, 1, and magic. Okay, so now we can move this camera to over here, and I'll hide you guys for now because the widget is not really working anyway. So I'll be in the bottom right this time. Hello. Let's keep going, boys.
Of a heads up or a step up above everyone else. If you just want to take things in a very solid way, then I would absolutely directly head into BFD. I would even be parked outside of BFD right on launch, unboon right as you enter, so your entire raid can blast through here significantly faster, and then boon up your world buffs as soon as you complete the raid and head on to doing your quest turn-ins. Now, if you were super min-maxing here, here's the kind of trick. Here's the catcher. BFD raid doesn't count against your dungeon lockouts. And if you are going quickly in a dungeon cleave group, you're gonna probably hit the dungeon lockout, even in a longer dungeon, potentially like RFK. So what can we do that kind of min-maxes the potential here? You can start the phase with your dungeon cleave group, do your first 5 lockouts as fast as humanly possible, and then head directly to the raid and clear that as fast as you can. This does require you to have 2 groups fully set up to be able to meet up at a specific time and be able to blast through the raid, so that now you are quite a significant margin ahead. And after you do this, you should then be able to turn in all of your quests. This will launch you light years ahead.
Quick question, and I personally don't have the answer to this, but we can speculate. I paused this video at the exact perfect time, by the way, for Sarthe expression here, but yeah. We can do 13 dungeons per day, right? For me, where I live, it's coming out at 10 PM. Dungeons usually reset for us at 5 in the morning. Does that mean that at 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning, suddenly I have 30 branded new resets? Because if so, then I will basically never hit that lockout. Because then I can do BFD, I can go and do stockades farming, and then start doing SM farming, and by the time that I hit 30 lockouts, it's going to be 5 or 6 in the morning. And then I will have 30 brand new lockouts. So like, even for NA as well, right? I guess it depends on when it resets for you, but for us it usually resets at 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning, 5, 6, 7, like sometime in the morning basically. And phase 2 comes out at 10 PM. So the dungeon reset should be happening fairly soon-ish after the launch, like within the first 11 hours. Depending on if it's 5 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 8 in the morning, I'm not completely sure, but it's morning time.
Ahead of everybody else, because 1, once you're done turning in all of your quests, your lockouts are fully back, and 2, you also got usages out of 5 lockouts, your BFD raid, and all of your quest turn-ins. Now, it's not time to head back to dungeon cleaving just yet, and it's not time to head out to any of your questing just yet if you are going to be solo questing yourself. This should put you around like level 28, 29, 30 even if you had things perfectly planned out. And before I get into the next thing you should do if you're fully min-maxing, no matter what you're doing, if you are going to do any questing in this next phase or want some help figuring out where the new runes are, then I would highly suggest always getting the add-on RestedXP. And that's because as we're heading into new zones, into new territory, as there's new quests or new runes, it can be extremely helpful to just be able to follow an arrow that tells you what to do to optimally quest and get to the next level as fast as you possibly can. RestedXP's Season of Discovery guides also always show you where you can find any of the runes you want. It's quite literally just click on whatever rune you want and it will be updated, giving you an exact guide on how to get that rune. This will be updated as we're moving into phase 2, so as soon as runes are discovered, you can expect RXP to be updated. This is just the most relaxing way to level in my experience, and it's not something that everybody needs to do, and it is a paid add-on now that we're past level 20, so you don't need to get it. But if you do want to run with RestedXP, you can grab it from the code in the description or the pinned comment. But again, you don't need to get it. It is just extremely helpful, and I suggest it to everybody that doesn't know their way around any of the new zones. Now, if we're getting
I completely agree, by the way. Like, first of all, I also have a link to RestedXP down below, and I'm an affiliate for RestedXP, so I guess I'm biased here, but either way, even before that, I've always loved using RestedXP. I literally always have, and I've used it for Classic Era, we used it for TBC, used it for Wrath, Hardcore, and now Season of Discovery. It's just such a good add-on, tells you exactly what to do, and it has perfectly crafted leveling routes as well. Personally, I really like it, and I've gotten very many questions on stream as well, like what it is, like the add-on itself, where to get it and stuff. Once again, there's a link below my video, there's a link below Sarthe's video, so you can go and check it out. The good thing about Season of Discovery is that once again, level 1 to 20 is free for the add-on, so you can give it a proper try before getting the paid version, and from 1 to 20 it basically meant that in phase 1 you could use it for free, because then you could do like stockades farming from 20 to 25 or do dead mines, wailing caverns, basically a bunch of dungeons, so it really helped out a lot for free in phase 1.
Back to min-maxing this entire situation, what are you gonna do? You're level 28, 29, or maybe even level 30. The next thing you want to do before heading out either into your next dungeon cleave group or your next questing excursion is absolutely to turn in your waylaid supplies and your Warsong Goldmarks. Scratch that, Blizzard just confirmed that Warsong Goldmarks will no longer work from levels 25 through 40. You get no XP for these at all. If you farmed them already, then you kind of got screwed. Also, waylaid supplies will no longer work for anyone above level 25. If you have the current
I am so glad I didn't spend time farming either of those. Like, it was a tough decision. I was basically gambling on exactly this happening, and I could foresee this happening. And I was just like, I'm just not gonna farm the boxes, and I'm not gonna farm the marks. Because at the end of the day, you're spending, what, 200 hours to save yourself 3 hours? I don't know, man. Doesn't seem like a good use of my time. But, hey, there we go. Didn't have to do it anyway.
Version of waylaid supplies, you will not be getting any XP for these above 25. That means you absolutely need to just drop this part of the actual leveling experience. Now, these were going to give you a ton of XP, and they do give you a lot of XP if you're leveling up to 25, a ton for catch-up mechanics, so they should be a good mitigation. If you've already done all of your quests in a zone, then it seems like these will give a very, very solid amount of experience to turn them in. But again, it's only the new ones that will actually be viable at all. This is like the first hour, 2-3 hours of the launch of the phase, and you've blasted up like 6 levels, 7 levels, or even more. Now again, this is the super try hard way of doing things, just an order for you all if you're just gonna do this anyways to help you figure out how you can min-max it, but also just a suggestion and an order for you if you're taking it casually, if you have these options available. Now that you've completed your first lockouts, now that you've completed the BFD raid, now that you've turned in all of your quests, it's time to figure out what's next. What is the new way we're going to push on to level 40? Well, that's the magic of Season of Discovery. I personally am probably gonna go out and quest. Of course, I'm gonna follow the RestedXP guide. I'm gonna head to one of the new zones and look out for anything new, because discovering the new runes is one of the most fun things you could possibly do in the new phase. If you were one of the first people to ever figure it out and you didn't see it on a guide, it is so much fun, and I think you guys all remember that. So as a horde, that means I'm either headed to Thousand Needles or Arathi, and then right after headed to Shimmering Flats. This is going to set you ahead of the curve. So at Shimmering Flats, you're going to have a ton of kill quests where you can do it all without a ton of competition. But if I wanted to do a dungeon grind, which dungeons would I do and in what order? Well, this definitely depends on what your group looks like. If you're min-maxing, even as horde, I would suggest doing your first 5 lockouts of something like Stockades. The first thing you should do is Stockades. It's very fast and there's a ton of XP in here. So as Alliance, Stockades farming is a very solid option until about level 28 or 29. Then you have the decision to head on between RFK or Scarlet Monastery. Scarlet Monastery has both the graveyard as well as the library open to you at early levels. You can do them right now, but at level 28, it will be significantly easier and faster. If you go
According to spreadsheets, by the way, you probably want to stay inside Stockades until level 30, arguably 31. It depends a little bit once again on if you're soloing, duoing, 3-manning, or your group composition. Between 30 and 31 is the break-off point to go from Stockades to go Scarlet Monastery. Personally, I'm probably going to be in Stockades until level 30, then hand in my quest, which is really weird, but I'm doing BFD, hand in one quest because it's low level, and then doing Stockades farming, then handing in all the rest of the quest, training mage spells, going to SM and staying there until level 40. That's roughly my plan.
Go to SM at this level, then you will be here pretty much for the rest of your experience. You can still eventually hit lockouts, so make sure that your hearth is set.
Yeah, Stockades is really nice to do, by the way. It's a really good dungeon, and even if you're playing Horde, once again, you can basically do like a death run to Stockades, and once you're inside, you never have to leave again, because when you're resetting, you can literally use someone's second character. You all log out, give leader to that guy, he can then reset while you're inside, and you will respawn at the entrance. So you only have to death run in once, and you can just be in forever, But I guess if you're death running as a horde, you should do that now, then grind until level 29, then do BFD, which I guess nobody's doing, but hey, you have the option. If you really want to farm stockades, you can.
Here, or you have summoners based here, so you can get back here while you go out and do a little bit of questing during that lockout timer. For RFK, I usually love to go here if I am a melee cleave group. That's because there are a ton of caster mobs as well as archers in this dungeon. And unless you're very organized and LOSing everything, your casual dungeon cleave group won't be able to pull off a very efficient XP farm in RFK compared to what you can do in Scarlet Monastery. Now, that's not to say that it's not even the most efficient dungeon. It absolutely could be, but the issue is you have to be very organized and probably need to know all the routing beforehand. I might make a video on how to do everything, but just know RFK is generally easier if you're a melee cleave group, and a caster cleave group would love to go into Scarlet Monastery since you can pull literally everything to one corner and blow it all up. As you get closer to 33 to 35, you absolutely want to head over to Scarlet Monastery if you're not there. This is where it's going to be the most efficient for you, as well as there's going to be quests that will give you pre-best in slot items, even some best in slot items for certain classes. And this should also be where we find a lot of the quality of life books.
I was just about to say that, even if you're not planning to dungeon farm because it's optimal or whatever, there's books inside. It's been, like we've already confirmed, there's a bunch of quality of life books inside there. So we don't really know all the books that are inside, I suppose, but for example, the Druid, Rest of Druid, being able to use healing over time on the same target, so you can have double rejuve, right? From having 2 Druids, you can have 2 rejuvenations on one target. That's kind of in there. We don't really know exactly what's in there, but a lot of people have found a lot of their quality of lives inside that dungeon. So SM, really worth doing.
This means during your leveling process, if you are dungeon cleaving, you could already be picking up some of the books that will massively increase either your DPS or just make your life better as whatever class you are. And these range from being able to control your combo points on a rogue, or increasing the buff durations and reducing the mana costs on some of the caster classes. These are going to be amazing, and these will be dropping in these 5-man dungeons. The best ones to get these are probably going to be Armory, Cathedral, and RFD. And on top of that, all of the casters, literally all of you casters, want to be doing these dungeons because they reworked all of the caster loot in these dungeons to just be absolutely phenomenal. It is so much more powerful than it was already. So you're going to get huge power spikes by being able to run these dungeons as well. And from there, you're level 40. You could do this within the first day of phase 2 launch. Now, I don't think you need to rush the experience all the way to 40, but this is how you would min-max it. I will be leveling multiple characters, and my first one I will be going hard, as well as I will be covering the Race to World First, not just to level 40, but the Race to World First Nomergan raid. As always, if you want to see that, come check it out live on the Twitch channel. I will have POVs of all of the top guilds going for that, but outside of that, I'll try to keep you updated on all changes that are coming for phase 2, all new things in phase 2, and everything you should look out for in Season of Discovery. Thanks for watching, guys, and of course, make sure to like and subscribe if you liked the video, and I'll see you all on the next one.
All right, there we go. Once again, I really enjoy Sarthe's content. I really have been for quite some time now, and he just strikes the perfect balance for me. Dude, Mr. Cat, what are you doing? He just strikes the perfect balance between being informative and entertaining at the same time, and I just love it, man. Let me just scroll back a little bit here, 2 seconds. Alright, and that's pretty much it. Now, once again, if you want to watch Sarthe's video without my commentary over it, you can do so. The link will be down below at the top of the description of this video, so you can check out his channel and you can check out his video. I believe he's covering a lot of stuff for phase 2 as well, a lot of like almost daily videos for Season of Discovery, so once again, go and show him some love if you haven't already, even though he's a bigger creator than me, so I'm guessing most people already know who he is, and you're probably subbed to him as well. Either way, that's the video for today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and you enjoyed my reacting. I will be live on Twitch, so once again the link to my Twitch will be down below as well, and click that link, click that like, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you again very soon.